Okay, here we have a video on functions. So a function is some expression to do with, in this case, the function of x is to do with x. So we're manipulating x in some way. This one is 2 lots of x squared plus 7. Now we're asked to work out the value of f of minus 1. So what essentially we're doing there is we're replacing this x with the value minus 1. So that's going to be equal to 2 lots of x squared, so that's minus 1 squared plus 7. Minus 1 squared is minus 1 times minus 1, which is 1. Times that by 2 gives you 2, plus the 7 gives us 9. What is the range of f of x? Well, the range, you can think of this in a number of ways. So the range are the values that f of x can be. So what values does the function 2x squared plus 7, what possible values can that be? Well, if we think about what this function looks like as a graph, another way of thinking about what the range is what values does the y-axis take? What values do the y-coordinates take? So if I was just to look at a normal y equals x squared graph, hopefully I can draw it reasonably well, so that's going to go through 0, 0, so that's just a y equals x squared graph. Okay, 2x squared would just be a taller graph, steeper, but when I add 7, that moves it up 7. So if I was talking about just the y equals x squared graph, the range of y equals x squared is just all the values where y is greater than or equal to 0. Now this one, y equals 2x squared plus 7, that's going to be up here where this value is 7. So the range here is where all the y values are greater than or equal to 7. Now the y values are just the values of the function, so we write that as f of x is greater than or equal to 7. So that's the range of the values. The domain, if you're asked about the domain, is what the values the x values can take. Now usually a domain is just all the values. Sometimes they eliminate some values, but here it says it's for all values of x. Sometimes they might say x can't be equal to 0 or something, because that would give you an error when you try and do the calculation. But usually for simple functions x can be anything, but the y values depend on the function.